And we're back with another episode of Franchise My Business, the podcast for franchisors, hosted by franchisors. I'm your host, Kevin Oldham, and we are going to talk about grand openings. Specifically, we're going to talk about why grand openings matter for new franchise locations opening up. Not rocket science. Let's think about it. If a new business is going to open in a community, a typical thing that we will see is a grand opening. As consumers, as community members, we'll drive by. We may see an inflatable gorilla on top of a building. We may see those silly, I think they're called sock puppets or wind puppets or whatever, that the little guys that go up and down as you're driving by on the freeway, and they kind of collapse and then go up into the air again because they're inflated with air. There's no shortage of things that as consumers, we are really targeted with when a new business opens, if they decide to promote that business. And I will tell you, the inflatable gorilla, the wind puppet guy, like all of those things that we see as kind of silly are actually things that matter. And so let's talk about why a grand opening matters for a new franchise location. Number one, if you're opening a new business in a community, particularly if it's a business that serves the local community, your local customers want to know that you exist. You are providing typically a new service or new opportunity to solve a problem. It could be a, workspace. It could be a place to eat. It could be really anything, right? But you're presenting a new opportunity to the community to let them know, hey, we're here to serve you. You don't just open a business in a community to serve yourself. That's actually not how business works. You're there to serve the people who live in that community. So logic has it that you should go and scream from the rooftops that you're there in the community to let that local presence know that you're there. Because here's the thing. As we drive down the streets in suburban America, as we drive down, the metropolitan streets in downtown, there are no shortage of things that are vying for our attention. Nothing. There's signs everywhere. There's alerts going off on our phones. There's just so much vying for our attention today, particularly in our hyper-connected reality. So we have to go out of our way as new business owners or as somebody who's opening a new business in a community to let people know about it. And we have to keep basically hitting them over the head, letting them know that we're here in the community. We're here to serve them. And really, that's the secret. You've got to launch a new business with as much momentum as possible. And logic would have it that your start line is basically your grand opening. So here are a couple things that you can do that we've done to make grand openings even more successful, because they are that launching pad. They are that moment where you say, hey, we're in your community to serve you. We're open for business and we're excited to be part of the community. So here are a couple things that we have seen be effective when it comes to grand openings. Number one, if you have a strong chamber of commerce, schedule a ribbon cutting for your grand opening day. Okay. Now don't do it in the middle of, all the activity, maybe tack it on at the beginning or the end, but a ribbon cutting is a phenomenal opportunity to get your business community out there. And furthermore, to have photo opportunities. And those photo opportunities, in our community look like a lot of people from the community surrounding the business owner, kind of enveloping them in love and support with a banner. And then they cut that ribbon and somebody's taking a photo. And then that photo becomes great social media fodder. It becomes great PR content. It's just, it's awesome. Okay. So that's number one. You can schedule a ribbon cutting with your Economic Development Corporation or EDC or your Chamber of Commerce. Number two, one of the things that we've always liked to do is make it such that there is a special offer for the people attending. Okay. And that special, that special offer typically results in some sort of a benefit to the people attending or a discount. Okay. One of the things we did at our smoothie shop is we actually did something with the Chiefs ambassadors. So Chiefs ambassadors are retired Kansas City Chiefs football players. They come into the community, they serve the community in a philanthropic manner, and then all of the money that they raise gets filtered back into our local community through local nonprofits. So we did a grand opening with the Kansas City Chiefs ambassadors, and basically what we did was we had discounted smoothies, and then we donated 100% of the proceeds to the ambassadors. And then the ambassadors reinvested that money back into our local community through organizations like Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and things like that. That's another way that you can kind of amplify your grand opening, and also let the community know that you care about the community. I mean, what we were doing there is we went into the red in terms of losing money on grand opening day because it wasn't really about us. I mean, sure, it was about us, but if you came to like one of our grand openings, you would see that there were tons of people there, and it wasn't about us. It was about our customers. It was about the business being in the community to serve those customers. It was about them interacting with the Chiefs players. Like, it was super, super cool. And at the end of the day, we were able to donate some money, which then became another thing that was a momentum builder. It was PR. It was social media. It was all of these things that really put a spotlight on our business and said, hey, we're here. We're here to serve you, and we're excited to serve you. Okay. So in summary, your grand opening is basically you declaring that you are in the community to serve those community members. Be unapologetic with how much you promote your grand opening, because you really only get one of these. Okay. Unless you do like a store remodel or something like that, you get really one opportunity to launch in your community. And I am of school, hey, if you're there with a business that's valuable to those community members, I'm in the school of let's get to the rooftops and let them know that we are there to serve them. Until next time, I'm your host, Kevin Oldham. I just have one ask. Actually, I've got two. Number one, I'd love it if you would subscribe. And number two, I'd love it if you'd leave a review. In summary, I hope that you have a phenomenal week.